Know-how and grit. Everybody, please give it up to my friend Marques Ogden.
That's funny. Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Good. My name is Marques Ogden. I am a former NFL athlete. I am now a current national, international keynote speaker. I'm really here today not to talk about my story. I'm really here today to talk to you about the importance of how to utilize LinkedIn, okay? Who here has a LinkedIn page? Okay, who here uses it actively? So, I'm just gonna kind of go around. If you use it actively, how has it been helping you so far? Just show of hands, like anybody that raised their hand about how they're using it. Anybody want to say how the experience has been so far? Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry? Recruiting employment, has it been helpful for you? Okay, anybody else? Has it been helpful for you guys in any other way? Ma'am, right here. Okay, very good. So guys, I'm sorry, go ahead. Okay, so here, everybody, about 5.5 years ago, I was almost homeless. After losing everything I owned in a bad construction deal, working in downtown Baltimore. It was a real estate construction deal. I lost over $2.5 million in 90 days. Well, actually, I didn't lose it. I spent it and did not get paid back by the developer and contractor. So 5.5 years ago, I was almost homeless. I was broke, and I was going nowhere. I got introduced to LinkedIn about that time, 5 years ago. Good friend of mine, a business associate, said, Marques, if you want to build a brand and get it out there on a national level, you can really start to utilize LinkedIn. I said, what do you mean? I never heard of LinkedIn, but I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna show you really how I've done it, how I've used it, how I feel you could use it, and how I feel it could help you in your life as getting the real estate, financial literacy, whatever you're trying to do, it's gonna help you in that right. So again, I got into speaking and coaching to help others where I failed. That's what I got into this for, okay? So right here, so this is my LinkedIn page, okay? You can see I have a professional picture in a suit, all right? Whatever image you are trying to portray to the public, that photo should represent that. If you're trying to be someone that's working in professional setting, you should have a professional picture, not a selfie, okay? Not a selfie. A selfie is not what you want. You want something that when people look at that picture, it's going to grab them and say, hey, this is what I do. Take me seriously. The backdrop picture is something where you should hopefully try to show yourself in action, doing what you're trying to do. Now, when people go to your page, they're going to see your profile picture first and then your back picture second. So it's really important that this picture, where the circle is professional and it portrays the image that you want. The back picture should be some type of action shot or something in the motion of what you do to express to people that's what you do for your career. As you can see, I've got my book on the left-hand side, I've got a banner on the right, I've got me speaking at a local high school in North Carolina as my center stage. Now, below, it talks about who I am and what I do. I'm a founder of a leadership academy. I'm a former NFL athlete. I'm a keynote speaker. I'm a master storyteller. Try to make yourself different. Try to make yourself stand out and be unique when people go to your profile page. Why I'm here now, I'm a brand ambassador for Elite Legacy for this year and all of next year. I've spoken at, this is my 4th event in the last probably 4 months. So what I do is I help people who are in the program that want to build a foundation to take their real estate career vertical. Javier, where are you? Raise your hand. Here's one of my coaching clients, Javier. Can you stand up for a second, Javier? I'm going to let him tell his story at the end, but Javier was a Hall of Fame winner. We met in Vegas. I'm now coaching Javier, and I'm helping him save money, but I'm also helping him build his foundation to take his real estate empire vertical, okay? So again, this is what it is, where I'm from, where I went to school. It's all about getting people to want to stop and read your profile, okay? Here's my summary, talking about who I am, where I'm from, what I like, talking about how I can help create value, talking about what I've done. People, No one's going to take you seriously if you have no social proof. Okay, who here thinks we know what social proof is? Anybody have no idea what social proof is? Anybody? Social, yes ma'am. Okay, social proof is reference letters, testimonials, clients that you've worked with. It's people to vouch for your work. I tell people all the time, no one cares what you say about yourself as far as your abilities, but they do care what others say. So if others say they're a great organization, they are professional, they do a great job, they are going to take you more seriously. So I love how people on LinkedIn expect just because you say you're great, I'm supposed to believe it. I need to see some proof, okay? So you can see in here I've worked for, as a keynote speaker, I've worked for JP Morgan, the Home Depot, AXA Advisors, NFL Player Engagement. I'm talking about what I do. I'm talking about how I can help a potential client or customer. When you are in real estate or in financial literacy or investing, you need to talk about who you have worked with. What projects have you done? What classes are you taking? What is your education? What is putting you in a position to be able to want to do real estate and do it successfully? Okay, the summary is extremely critical because it's going to drive people to your website. Okay, see, I have my summary, then I've got my website, okay, and then I have a speaker manager. So if someone wants to book me for a job, they have to go through her. So I'm trying to help you guys visualize in your mind how to turn your LinkedIn into an actual vehicle and a stream to help you get more business, okay? So this is my summary. So start thinking about your summary. What can you put in your summary that's going to make you stand out? What's going to make you have people say, hey, I want to contact that person and talk about real estate or investing or financial literacy. I want to do a job with them. Your summary is going to speak volumes to your potential partners, networking. That's going to be critical to help you, okay? My experience. Talk about what you have done to get to this point. What jobs have you had? Like you talked about, man, what's your name? I'm sorry, right here in the pink. What's your name? Say it again. Hennessy is your name, ma'am? That's awesome. So like Hennessy said, that's fantastic. Like she said, talk about some things you've done in the community, okay? Talk about being on different boards. Talk about what you've done. People want to get to know who you are. Okay, social media is either a gift or a curse. Your choice, okay? Your choice. You can either put on there what you want people to know about you professionally, or you can rant about politics. You can rant about football. You can talk about, I hate the Patriots, and God knows I do, but it doesn't belong on LinkedIn, okay? It belongs maybe somewhere just you talking to people that you know. So many people shoot themselves in the foot because they use social media as their microphone to talk about their day. Okay? I can't tell you guys how many people have said, Marcus, you inspire me with your positivity. There's so much negativity in the world today. If you can start putting out positive content on a consistent basis, I'm going to talk about that in a minute, you will draw positive attention. If you talk about how you don't like Trump, you talk about how you don't like this, you talk about how you don't like that, people are not going to look at you for business. They're going to look at you for someone to either help them, feel better or like, I don't like that person. So put yourself in a position for success by utilizing social media, especially LinkedIn, in a professional manner, okay? That's extremely important, okay? Now we're going to talk about content. There's video content. There is picture content. There is what you write for the captions, okay? I did this is a video that I put up on LinkedIn. If you don't follow me on LinkedIn, it's just my name spelled out, Marques Ogden, okay? You can follow me on LinkedIn. I'm very communicating with people that follow me. If they like my stuff, I always say thank you. I'm very responsive. So if you want to follow me on LinkedIn, just look up my name, Marques Ogden. I'll accept you and we can connect. But the content, guys, has to be something unique. It's got to be video content. Got to be a mixture of pictures. People want to see you. okay? Pictures are great, but they want to see you in action on video, okay? So this picture right here, you can see, guys, it has 84 likes. 84 likes. That video right now has over 120. But you see how many views it has? 1,392, okay? So that means 1,392 people stopped to look at that video on my wall. So that's 1,392 people that have taken time out of their day to stop and look at my LinkedIn content video. Okay? And everybody here's the thing, guys, every time someone likes something of yours on social media, I would highly recommend you connect with that person. If there's a second connection or a third, hit the connect button. And if they accept, say thank you very much for liking my post, my video. I look forward to connecting. It takes you all of 1 minute to do. But when you do that, it shows people that you're really serious about engaging on LinkedIn. Okay? So many people are still they won't respond to people, they won't like stuff, they won't engage, and you're missing out on potential business. I have picked up so much business off LinkedIn because all I do is engage people in an authentic manner. I'm not here to sell you something. Okay, first of all, when you connect with people, don't go into sales mode. Okay? People will connect with me and they'll send me 7, 8 paragraphs about who they are. They can sell me this, they can sell me that. And immediately I disconnect. Because I don't want to be sold something right off the gate. I want to create value with somebody, a relationship, and if it turns into business a little bit down the road, that's great. But you're not going to get people to engage you for business right off the bat. If you expect quick results from LinkedIn, don't bother using it. Don't bother, because nothing's going to happen overnight. It's taken me years to build a platform where that many people stop. So think about for you, how can you create some video content? How can you create picture images showing people what you want to do? In your caption, talk about how you can create value. You see what the up line for me says? I'm find the pointer. Oops, went the wrong way. Okay? Consistent marketing is crucial to growing an effective brand. That is my opening caption line. When you write something like that that's unique, people are going to stop and read it. Talk about in your caption how you can help other people with their brands. You will get more engagement if you talk about how you can help others than talk about how great you are. People don't care about how great you are. People care about how can you help them. That's what they care about. So if you figure out the pattern of how to do that consistently, you will build a platform on LinkedIn which can turn into dollars in any brand. Real estate, investing, speaking, coaching, it doesn't matter. But you have to take time and you have to create the authentic, engaging content to make yourself different, okay? That's what you have to do. Okay, here's one of my clients, okay? Stonewall Napier. So what did he do? He made a post. Some people want it to happen, some people wish it would happen, others make it happen. So what did I do? I liked his post. You see that? So by liking his post, his audience now will get connected to me. Okay? He used to work at Wells Fargo. He's now one of my coaching clients. I have picked up business off of just liking Stonewall's post. That's it. I like the post. When I like the post, his audience sees it, and then they get connected to me if I accept them or if I reach out to them. Ladies and gentlemen, it takes all of 5 minutes. That's all it takes. But so many people are just not sure how to use LinkedIn. You have a question, ma'am? You have a question? Oh, if you have any questions, please ask. You have a question, ma'am? Yes, ma'am. Yeah. So this is, no, that's fine. So this is my client Stonewall's wall on LinkedIn. So we're showing how I liked his post, which will lead to his audience and his followers wanting to engage me. Okay? And again, this is how you pick up business. Real estate, financial literacy, everything that you're working with Elite Legacy, It's exactly the same as in my business. I'm in real estate now. I'm in construction. I do keynote speaking. I have picked up a substantial volume of business by doing this. So I'm trying to have you all start doing it for yourself. Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay, just one other question.
Sure, of course.
You talked about the quote you had on there.
I'll go back. Yep.
The consistent marketing crucial to growing an effective brand.
Yes.
Yeah, I get that. You talk about yourself and how you can help people, but so are you saying that you're helping people create your brand?
So what I'm saying is that consistent marketing is effective to building any brand. So I'm letting people know that if they start marketing themselves consistently, they can have success. Does that make sense? So I'm trying to educate people of how I'm doing things so they can start doing things similar on their own with their individual stories. Because at the end of the day, here's the thing. The number one trait in high-performing achievers is consistency. People will, ladies and gentlemen, I started speaking about 5 years ago. For 30 months, I did not get one paid speaking job. Not one. 2.5 years. But I never gave up. I was consistent, and I kept pushing forward, and everybody told me no. Go coach high school football. As a former NFL athlete, go coach high school football. Call one of your buddies who's a head coach, call Bill Belichick. Call, Jack Del Rio. Go coach. Well, fine. That's great. You might want me to do it, but I don't want to go coach. I don't want to spend 18 hours a day at the facility, not seeing my family, sleeping at the facility on a couch. I don't want to do that. I want to live my best life. So I'm trying to help people live their best life with giving them knowledge of how I have built my brand from being almost homeless 5 years ago to now being a national keynote speaker and executive coach. That's what I'm doing here.
So 5 years, 2 years prior that it took you to get to where
Yeah, so I went bankrupt in 2013. Started speaking at the end of 2013. Didn't get my first paid job until 2016. I was a full-time football coach teaching kids private lessons, and I was a part-time janitor making $8.25 an hour on the graveyard shift. That was my job. Those were my two jobs. But I never gave up because I really didn't want to set the example for my children that you can quit when hard times come about. Because if you do that, then you become I became a statistic when I filed for bankruptcy after the NFL. But I didn't stay a statistic because I didn't stay down. I did not let life keep kicking me down. I got knocked down and I got back up. So that's what I'm about. So this is how I've built this using this free platform to help me get out to the masses. So I'm trying to help you do the same thing. So that's Stonewall, and like you said, you see what Stonewall did? Because I'm his coach, see what his top line is? Greatness is not inherited, it's not owned, it's not given away, it's earned every day. So Stonewall has learned from me how to put quotes or captions up because I'm his coach, and how he is getting people to engage him. He bought a year package from me, and in the first 3 months, got his entire investment back plus a 30% profit in 90 days. So he's taking advantage of what I'm teaching him. It works. You just have to figure out how to consistently do it. That's it. If you are consistent, you will have the best chance to succeed. If you give up when times get hard, you're never going to achieve success. Okay? Content creation and engagement. Create video content. Create something that's going to get people to stop on your page and say, hey, that's interesting. Hey, I like that. Let me see more. Hey, that's unique. If you get people to stop on your page, they will look at your information, potentially go to your website. If they go to your website, you have a chance to do business. So create engaging, unique content that only you can do, okay? That is specific to what you are trying to do and where you are trying to go. That is key, okay? Create image content. Pictures are phenomenal of you in action. That's why I have a video crew here. I'm going to take this video, get it edited to put on my website. So people there can see, want to see speakers can see what I do. I'm here to educate you, but I'm also helping myself. Does that make sense? Because it's all about self-promotion. I have a statement for you guys. If you don't believe in if you won't bet on yourself, why would anybody else? If you won't bet on yourself, why would anybody else? How many of you all in this room have not done one project yet through being at this program? Have not done a project. Okay? How long have you been in the program? How long have you been in the program? Huh? Okay. Anybody else? How long have you been in the program? 2 months? Okay, great. So a lot of you all are just kind of starting out. I've met people that have been in this program for about a year or longer that haven't done a project. They're waiting for the perfect time. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no perfect time. When I started speaking, I was bankrupt, I was broke, I was making $8.25 an hour. I had no website, I had no video, I had no suits. I was nervous, I would sweat a lot, I would stammer, I would stutter. I didn't care. I had to make a stand and try, otherwise I would spend the rest of my life saying this awful saying, well, what if? Well, what if I had tried? So I'm going to tell you right now, you're learning, that's good, but at some point you have to make a stand and do a project. Because here's the thing, knowledge is power, applying knowledge is life-changing. Okay? You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't apply it, what good does it do? Okay? Ma'am?
Sorry, I just have a lot of questions. Okay, so when you create the video content and the image content, would that video be something else that you do in your life, not necessarily?
Here's a mic for you.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Jake.
Thank you so much. Okay, so where it says create video content,
Yes.
can you do a video of something else that you do in your life, maybe
Shopping?
exercise video or shopping
Yes.
or fashion or something else that doesn't really have anything to do with your real estate investment?
Answer is yes.
Okay.
Because you want to build authenticity and get people to connect with you. The best way to sell any business is get people to connect with you.
Okay.
If you have different videos, engaging content, different stuff, like for me, I have workout videos that I do with my videos with my daughter. Like if you go on my LinkedIn page, my birthday was yesterday. My daughter, 4, sang me happy birthday a day early. That's on my LinkedIn page.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. So she sung me happy birthday on the day before. So that's on my wall. Because people want to get to know not just my business, but who am I behind the business.
And this is all still on LinkedIn?
Yes.
And not Facebook?
Yes.
So you use this more than you do Facebook?
Yes. Here's the thing.
Okay.
You want to do about 70% business video content. 70%. Okay? You want to have about 20%, maybe be something like, your rituals, habits, the gym, stuff like that, like, fashion, what you do, things like that. The other 10% could be family. So 70% for your actual business, 20% for your likes, fashion, gym, things like that. 10% should be about could be about your family. Now, when it comes to Facebook or Instagram, it's kind of Facebook for sure is the reverse. 70% should be family. 20% should be about business, 10% about what you do. Because on Facebook, it's more of a community image. You still want to put your business out there, but you don't want to flood Facebook with business because people aren't there for business. They've known you before that. Instagram is kind of like, I call it the potluck. You can kind of do whatever you like. Now, for Instagram, what I do about 50% business, about 30% of my likes, and 20% of my family. That's for Instagram. So again, and I have picked up more people engaging me, offering me jobs to speak, executive coaching clients by doing a mixture of engaging, fresh content that goes on my social media platforms. Okay? Add captions and text. Again, hashtag things. If you're in real estate, hashtag real estate, hashtag financial literacy. Hashtag the things that you want people to pick up on for your business, okay? That is vital. Because when people see the hashtags, they're going to stop and they're going to see and read your actual caption, okay? and interact with your connections. It does you no good if people write you a comment that you don't respond back. Okay? Takes 10 seconds. Someone says, Marcus, great job with this. I say, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Have a great day. It takes me 15 seconds. But what it does, it builds rapport with that person that I actually am human and I value what they took time to write to me. It takes you all of 10 seconds to do it. Okay? Yes, sir.
I have a question.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my. So for those of us who use social media, I know it's going downhill from here. For those of us who use social media as an escape, who also find it to be a time suck because we don't use it effectively, how do you build into your schedule time to reply to everybody who's reaching out to you? When do you use which platform? How do you put it into your schedule to where it doesn't feel overwhelming?
That's a great question. So what I would tell you all to do is first thing in the morning when I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to the gym. The first thing I do is I take 15 minutes to post across all my platforms. It takes 15 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, when people wake up, what's the first thing they grab? Their phone. Their phone. Tell me you don't do it in the room. You grab that phone. Well, that's good. You're better than I am. That's good. You're so unlike everybody else that I know. 99% of people grab their phone. Okay? And what do they look at on their phone? Social media. I know. Hey, again, you and this lady are part of the rare. You know, because most people, I love my wife. First thing when she gets up, boom, what's on the wall? Who liked her Instagram? You know, that's what it is. We become a social media driven society. So I post across my platforms first thing in the morning, okay, 5 o'clock, because when people get up, they see my stuff. I respond to people in the afternoon around like 4:30, 5 o'clock, because I know at that time most people go home for dinner, they're pretty much done writing stuff on their wall. So I've kind of developed that platform. I would tell you guys to get comfortable, I would do once a day on all social media, unless you have something exciting going on and you want to make an extra post every once in a while, which is fine. But again, so you don't get bogged down and you don't get like, oh my gosh, it's so time consuming, post once in the morning and respond once in the afternoon, early evening. That way you're not going to be bogged down, you're not going to be overwhelmed with all of that type of stuff. Make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. You're well dressed, man. Anybody else have a question on that? Okay? So here's the thing. As you start out on your journey, you're going to realize what you're trying to portray. So you're going to have to figure out what type of words does your audience want to hear. So for me as a speaker, a coach, I talk about creating value. I talk about relationship building. I talk about leadership. I talk about teamwork. So for you, it could be more about, investing or properties, or it's going to be geared towards where you're trying to go. Make sense? Okay? Targeting centers of influence. Okay? Centers of influence are people that you're going to do business with or could be potential clients. Number one is identify. Who are you trying to target? Who is your avatar? Who do you want to do business with? Identify those people on social media. Ladies and gentlemen, you all can do targeted ads. Now, I wouldn't say start out there, but as you grow a base, you can start doing targeted lead generation ads on LinkedIn. That's been very helpful for my business. Okay? Number two is connect. Okay? Connect with people, reach out to them, engage them, get them excited about working with you, okay? Connect. 3, listen. About 60% of people in sales want to talk first. When you are in sales, you should listen first and talk second. Because if you're actually talking first, you could potentially talk yourself out of a job. I used to do that all the time as a speaker. I'd be like, hey, my name is Marques Ogden, I'm a former NFL athlete. I can engage your audience about leadership. Great, Marcus, we want to talk about teamwork. Damn, I'm screwed. Okay? And then I try to double back, I like a big asshole, and I'll get a job anyway. Okay? So I've done this. I'm telling you, I've done this. I have been the jerk that would talk first. And when I did that, I would lose jobs all the time. All the time. When I figured out that clients are going to put money into your pocket, want to be heard first, and I shut the hell up, and talk second, I got to hire a lot more. So listen first, and then fourth, create value. Okay? How can you help that potential client? How can you help them drive profitable revenue? They don't care about how great you are. They care about how you can make them a great brand. You're going to hear from Javier in a second about how I've helped Javier streamline his business to help him go vertical with his empire. Okay? And what I tell Javier, first thing is I listen to his problems, and then I tell him how I can help. And that's why he's my client. Okay? So again, this is what it's about. Okay? Turn potential influencers into clients. Okay? Number one, present social proof. Like I told you before, people want to get to know what you have done, who you have done it for, and who can vouch for your work. Okay? If you can build up an archive of people that can vouch for your work, you will be slammed with business. I don't give a damn what you're selling. Okay? I don't care. People want to know why you are so good. The market tells them that. God knows I love him and hate him. Bill Belichick. Love him and hate him. Love him because he's one of the best coaches to ever coach the NFL. Why do I hate him? Because he beat me 5 times out of 5 times in my career. Okay? But Bill Belichick has so much social proof. Those Super Bowls are his proof. And that's why Bill Belichick, if you want to hear him speak, it's $100,000 an hour. An hour. You want his time. Because he has built up a winning culture in the NFL on a major stage. And that's why he is so successful in life. Robert Kraft will never fire Bill Belichick. He'll die in that chair as a coach. Okay? He'll croak, kicked over, say, I love football, and pass on. He's never going to leave. And why would he? Brady, God knows I love him, but God, it's time to let it go, but he won't let it go. Robert Kraft will never fire Tom Brady. He could be in a wheelchair and want to still play football. Okay? Because Tom Brady has built up a social proof of winning. Okay? That's why he's still there. I mean, you saw they got their ass kicked by the Titans this past weekend. Brady doesn't look that good. But it doesn't matter to Robert Kraft because Kraft has a culture that was built up by Brady and Belichick, and that's what Kraft holds his hat on. Okay? So that's social proof. Okay? 2, present your pricing. What is your price to sell to that client? And then the third thing, give them time to make an informed decision. When people press for the sale, you end up scaring the sale away. When you talk to somebody about working with them, present your price, give them a week, 7 days. 2 weeks is too long, a couple days is too short. Unless that client tells you, call me in a couple days or call me in a couple weeks. If you don't get a time frame from the client, you set it for a week after you talk with them. And here's the thing, don't just say, I'll call you next week. Say what day and say what time. When you hold people accountable to a time and a day, it makes them accountable to be on the phone. If you say, I'll talk to you next week, it could be Monday, could be Friday, they don't know. And they're never going to expect your call, and you're never going to get a consistent time on their calendar. So give them time, and I would tell you, unless they tell you something different, a week is when you should follow up with that client, okay? And how to retain your client, yes, ma'am. Hold on, here comes my man.
So question on follow-up. So how do you view on text for follow-up? Because a lot of people, when I worked in sales, they would say, well, I didn't recognize the number because it was out of state. So do you feel like following up with a quick text?
So
Yeah.
are you talking about for your business in real estate, or are you talking about in just your general business? I just want to get clarity on that.
Real estate.
So in real estate, if you have the phone number of somebody you're talking to, always set a follow-up time for a phone call within a week. Because text, here's what happens. When you text people, it gives them a chance to kind of not respond or something like that. When you call them on the phone, they're more apropos to actually get on that phone call, especially if you talk to them beforehand and you set that call.
Okay.
So it's important because here's the thing. Face-to-face is always the best, but the next best thing is the phone. Text is not really efficient. Email, people could lose their email, it could go to spam, you don't know. So I would highly recommend phone calls are the best thing to do unless you can get face-to-face interaction or meetings.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay? Number one, effective communication. Continue to talk to your client, continue to get that person happy with the business. So effective communication is key, okay? Continue to create value. When you create value for people consistently, they will always stay as your client, always, okay? And 3, be a true partner, okay? Be a true partner. It's really all about the ability for you to connect with them and become their partner for the long haul. Javier, don't go too far, I'm about to call you up, okay? All right, we have to make sure you weren't sneaking out the door. All right, so again, this is how you retain clients, okay? Be a true partner. It's really all about the ability for you to connect with them and become their partner for the long haul. Javier, don't go too far, I'm about to call you up, okay? All right, we have to make sure you weren't sneaking out the door. All right, so again, this is how you retain clients, okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, so Javier, why don't you come on up for a second? So this is Javier Hino. Javier won a Legacy All-Star Award in Vegas a couple weeks ago. And I'm going to let him talk to you a little bit about what I do as coaching. Because here's what I feel, ladies and gentlemen. So many times when people leave a presentation, they're like, well, what's next? So people like Javier are taking time to come and explain what they've gone through. Then I'm going to challenge you, and then I'll take any other questions at that time, and then we're going to wrap it up. So Javier, how you doing, sir? Javier, talk to everybody a little bit about how we connected in Vegas, how we connected when I sat with you down in, we actually met in person because he lived in Raleigh. So we had a call, we met in person, we met at his office. I heard a little bit about what you had going on. Now you're my client. Tell me about your story working with me.
So I met Marcus in Las Vegas, and kind of find out we live like 35 minutes from each other.
That's awesome.
Which is pretty neat. And he told me, hey, let's connect. I said, sure. I gave him my number. He said, I'll call you next week when I get back. And sure enough, he did call me. No, he sent me an email, and then he called me. We went ahead and we met. Kind of showed him where my business was at, where I wanted to go. And he kind of looked over it and he said, you know what, you're a person that I can work with. And I think I would be a great asset. And you didn't give me a week or two to think about it. No. What's going on with that?
No, I presented my pricing. You were happy, and we made a deal.
Yeah. He's like, it's so-and-so. I'm like, let's go. Let's get it done, right? I'm a super hard person to, if you're going to provide value to something that I do, it's really, I don't really think about it. I saw the value right away. Actually, within like the first 5 or 10 minutes, I saw the value that he could bring to my business. We had on our very first call that we had, he already saved me like $6,000-$7,000 a month, just in the very first call. He's like, hey, here's what's going to be where you're slowing down. This is where your issue's at. And I had an idea that's where it was, but once he kind of broke it down for me, I mean, it's $70,000 a year that you save me on the very first call. So with that said, I'm just glad he doesn't charge by the percent of money he saves you, because that would have been like, oh, okay.
That's a good idea, though.
So honestly, I got a great deal, Mark. I mean, I got a really, if that was the only call we ever did, I got a great deal. It was great, very professional, right on time, right to it. That's my personality. A couple of minutes of chit chat, and then right into business. And I want to scale to other cities. I'm already in 2 other markets, and we're going to go into some more markets next year, so we're planning that out as well. It's just, if I know exactly how you guys feel out there, some of you that are new or who are just getting started or just have a few deals going, or even if you have some deals going already, I know exactly how you feel. You're like, what do I do next? What coach do I get? What mentor do I get? Just kind of analyze, talk to all of them. Talk to Marcus, talk to the mentors, and see what's a good fit for you for where you're at. And don't be afraid. You got to do it. Look, I'd rather hire somebody, you build a relationship, and saves you time and money. You know, you're going to pay eventually the street, and it's a lot more expensive. I always say that. If I can find someone smarter, better looking, everything to me, that can help me grow my business, that's awesome, because I know I can't do it all. So I really appreciate it.
So, go ahead.
So this is my third year in real estate. Actually, last month was my 3-year anniversary. I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina. We're going to assign or wholesale roughly around 80 properties in the year. And we also fix and flip, and we do a large volume. So we're on track. We set a goal for 50 fix and flips a year. We're going to hit probably like 70. So that's what I do basically as far as real estate. I do everything else, but that's the main 2 things that I do as far as real estate.
Anybody else have any questions for Javier? Of course you do.
We go. Javier was just inducted into our International Hall of Fame last month, and it was quite something special. Something I wanted to ask Javier, when he started, his story is very heartwarming. He started the education, did not use his education, and his coming to Jesus moment was when he had to turn around and ask his kids for their Christmas money to pay rent.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, you sure did.
From
say
that moment,
Wow.
because you all will have a breaking moment, that was when he started using his education to make a difference in his life. Now, he's doing incredibly well, as you heard. 70 fix and flips in this year coming. You heard him last night. He's been doubling his business every year for the past 3 years. My question for Javier, if you had had coaching like you're getting now from Marques, how would that have helped you along your journey getting started earlier in your career?
So my wife and I, a few months back, we kind of went through our finances and talked about, hey, what did it cost us? Because I kind of want to do everything on my own. Yeah, I just got my training, let's go, and that's just my personality. First of all, it would have saved us probably about $400,000. That's what we kind of came up around that number. If that's just one thing, that's just the money. The other part it would have saved me was some time, but the most precious thing that it would have helped me out with was the fact that for about 2.5 years, I worked 75, 80 hours a week. So that comes at a price, and that price was my kids and my family, right? I didn't spend time with them. I'm in the kitchen table, they're talking to me, I'm not even there. I'm driving down a car, they're having a conversation, they're laughing, I'm somewhere else. That's probably that is the number one, if I had a regret, is that I really stole from my kids and my wife 2.5 years of their life because I wanted to make this business work. And I was just stubborn. Well, my wife says I'm stubborn, but like I say, I'm persistent. I'm really persistent. And, I did tell my wife, I said, honey, give me 3 years. And I told her up front, hey, I might ignore you a little bit, I might ignore the kids, but I just need 3 years. And I'm just glad that I was able to keep my promise. So.
Give him a round of applause.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, Javier. Ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly what this whole process is about, okay? Social proof for you is hearing from somebody how they spent over $400,000 that they spent that they didn't have to spend. Do I know everything? Absolutely not. But do I know how to help people build a foundation, help you identify your strengths, build on your weaknesses, and build a foundation and platform? The answer is yes. And again, Elite Legacy would not have me sitting here talking at their conferences if I couldn't deliver on what I say I can do. They don't have to choose anybody. Okay? I play the NFL, great. That don't mean nothing for what I'm doing now. Zero. Okay? People always say, oh, you're an NFL athlete, Marques, you got it easy. No. My past life has nothing to do with my current life. Nothing. I have paid the price. I have lost jobs. I have not been successful to be where I am today. So I'm going to challenge you right now, and I'm going to leave you with my success cycle that you can implement to your own life. This is my first coach in the NFL, Jack Del Rio. Y'all see the smiling smile, the pretty boy look, the blonde hair, the visor, the fresh shoes? Let me tell you something. Great man, but a sure ass kicker. Okay? Del Rio did not play any games. Former player himself, middle linebacker, hard hitting, and he loved his players, but he also was no nonsense. He told us all the time, in order to succeed in life, you have to be your own CEO. Stop waiting for permission from others to live your life. Stop. This is your life, nobody else's, okay? You don't need validation, you don't need permission, you don't need praise. What you do need is belief in yourself and a power team around you to help you build a legacy. If you want to build a six-figure empire or higher, you will never do it by yourself. Never. I have a power team. Everybody has a power team. Okay? So I'm telling you right now, you can do whatever you want to do, but stop being your own worst enemy and get out of your own way. Okay? Now, the success cycle. It's not up here. It's going to be my second book. Number 1, ambition. What is your goal? What do you want to do? What is your blueprint for success? If you don't have ambition, go get some immediately. Because if you don't have any ambition, you're going to go through life and you're going to waste life away. I did that 5 years ago. For 6 months, I was an alcoholic. I drank a lot, and it was really middle life. I couldn't afford anything else. And I ate hamburger helper all day. That's all we could eat. And I ballooned up to like 340, okay? And I got high blood pressure, I got depression, and I pretty much almost just drank myself to death. Once I got some ambition and turned my life around, life got better. So develop some ambition. Number 2, drive. What is your why? You heard Javier said he was at the kitchen table, his kids were there, and he wasn't even paying attention to them. I've been there. Traveled a lot, did a lot, sacrificed. I was coaching football, I had a newborn, I've done it all, and I had no why, I had no drive. So develop a why, and what is the vision you have to get there? And you have motivation and you have inspiration. Motivation is garbage. It's short term. Inspiration, you are looking to make a change for the long haul to better your life. Be inspired to make a change. And the last thing, guys, is hard work. There is no 9 to 5, it's a 9 to 5. But work it smart. Okay? Work that smart. All right? So again, sorry about that. So again, like I said, the success cycle: ambition, drive, hard work. If you can put those 3 things into action, into unison, you can achieve success. Does anybody have any questions? Thank you very much. Enjoy the symposium.
Let's give one more round of applause for Marques Ogden.